Do you want to know how to put flooring in your container home? Then check out this video. So right here is an example of the flooring that we're going to be using. Now, there's a lot of different types of flooring that you can choose to use in a container home. You can go with vinyl, you can go with laminate, you can go with actual wood, even plywood I've seen done. So what we've done here is we're using a luxury plank vinyl. I'm happy with this material. This is actually a waterproof material. Has a lot of grains on it, so it does very much have that wood feel, that wood look. It's a click and lock type of material, so it's very easy to install within a container. Now, one thing I would advise you on is regarding the thickness of it. So you can see right here, this one has some durability to it. Like, it's hard for me to flex this. There is vinyl plank flooring out there that's really thin. It may be less than 5 mils. And if you're gonna go with something like that, you may run into issues when direct sunlight is actually beating down on those floors. We've actually had to replace flooring on an entire container home because we used that type of flooring and it began to bubble in all the spots that had direct sunlight. So I like to advise people go with a flooring that's a little bit thicker. Usually I'd prefer to go with a luxury vinyl plank flooring or a laminate type flooring. Now, if you're gonna go with laminate, don't be cheap. Don't get the stuff that's 99 cents a square foot. That will peel and have issues over time, especially in any area with water. And so for us, we actually have this flooring, which I'll show you here. It actually is gonna flow all the way into what is gonna be our bathroom space. So the bathroom isn't done yet, but because it's a waterproof flooring, we didn't have to go with a different material here. If you're doing a container home and you plan to use a non-waterproof flooring, you will need to figure out what to use in here. You could go with tile. We've done tile before, of course, in bathrooms. But this is simple. It just can kind of flow all the way right through. We'll do a tile shower in here, and then that flooring just continues to flow all the way down. Now, right now, we're in the back of a 40-foot container, and one important thing to note is you do want to use an underlayment when you're laying your flooring. Not only is it going to give it a little bit of a softer feel because you're not just directly on your container floor, when you come to this back area of a 40-foot container, there's actually a large piece of metal that sticks out right here. And it sticks out higher than the rest of the container floor. So if you were to just slap your flooring right down without an underlayment, you're actually gonna see your flooring bow, and when you walk, you're gonna feel that difference. So when we're doing our underlayment, we'll put it in the back right here, and then we'll do additional layers on the left side, the right side, the front, just so that all the flooring can flow nice and easily throughout the unit. So right here is actually the underlayment that we used in this unit. You can see it's got a little bit of thickness to it, but does just provide the ability to keep this floor nice and level. I do recommend getting a tape that's designed to go over all the seams of your underlayment as well. And then we do get a question a lot about, like, hey, should I tile my container home? Now, if you're not gonna ever move your container home, it's just gonna be sitting there long term, you could definitely use tile. We've had clients literally do cement floors in their container homes because they were fixed and they weren't gonna be getting relocated. For us, because we build here in Vegas and then we ship all over the US, we don't like to do that. We don't like the idea of shipping an entirely tiled container because containers do flex. As rigid as they are, they will actually flex during craning or forklifting or things like that, or even just trying to move them. And that's opportunities for things like tile to crack. Now, we haven't had issues when we've used tile just in a shower. We haven't experienced cracking. And if it's in a really small remote area, usually you're gonna be okay. Now, one of the final things when it comes to flooring is how you finish out the edges of your floor. Now, in this unit, we just did a simple 3.5-inch tall baseboard by 5/8 inch. And so you're just gonna wanna get a standard baseboard, run that around all the edges, your partition walls. Eventually, those will transition for your trims around your doors, but that's what's gonna give it that nice, clean, finished look. I hope you enjoyed that breakdown of different flooring options you have to select from for your container home. If you are a DIYer, you plan to build your own container home, or want to learn more about what that might look like, we have put together a free training. It's our 2024 DIY container home training. It's 60 minutes long, and it's going to teach you step by step how we do what we do and provide you great strategies for cost savings and time savings. You can find the link to that in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.